If our nominees' hearts weren't racing, they certainly are now with that daring trip-hop music and to see the kind of company of Australians that they are in tonight. This is the 2024 Australian of the Year Awards for Tasmania. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening at PW1. My name's Rick Goddard. I'm from ABC Radio Hobart. If you don't know me, I do the breakfast show, but you can listen to it at any time of the day on Catch Up, and it's such a delight to be a host again for these awards. In recognition of Rodney's words and the deep history and culture of Tasmania, I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the Tasmanian Aboriginal people, past and present and future custodians of this island. I pay my respect to Tasmanian Aboriginal elders, past and present, and I would like to thank one of our 2024 Tasmanian Senior Australian of the Year finalists, Uncle Rodney Dillon, for the welcome to country earlier this evening, and Leroy and Linton and family and young dancers from Waiti Culture and Knowledge. Weren't they fantastic out the front? And the way you shared your family with us was so beautiful and so moving. Right around the nation, every state and territory have a moment like this to recognise and celebrate extraordinary achievement, just as we are tonight, but the food wouldn't have been as good. There'll be stories tonight of courage, compassion, resilience and hope, stories of often everyday Australians, but driven by a passion for making a difference. So whether you're here with us in this room or watching online at australianoftheyear.org.au, hello and welcome, the live stream there. For anyone in this room, it is being streamed, so just put that in the back of your mind. This is a great celebration of incredible people. Please show your support for this event by hashtagging any photos you send or posts you make, hashtag Oz, AUS, of the year. The Australian of the Year Awards shine a spotlight on special people whose contributions lead us, inspire us, and make this country a far better place. A welcome to all of the nominees, good evening and welcome, and your families and supporters and representatives. You serve to us as a reminder of what can grow out of small seeds of action. I know we will learn from, be inspired by, and dream we could have your tenacity and your commitment, and we will be grateful that you do for those of us who don't, or times of life we can't. I would like to officially welcome Her Excellency, the Honourable Barbara Baker, AC, Governor of Tasmania, Professor Don Chalmers, the Honourable Jeremy Rockliff, Premier of Tasmania. Please make them welcome. Welcome to John Foreman, Chair of the National Australia Day Council Board. And John, you just need to know Glenn is very excited you're here and he wants to talk to you. Mark Fraser, CEO of the National Australia Day Council. Please make them welcome as well. I'd like to introduce now the Australian Army Band Tasmania to perform the Australian National Anthem. Please stand.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
The Tasmanian Australian Army Band, I was deliberately singing out of tune to try and put them off, and they held the notes just perfectly. And doesn't our anthem look amazing in Auslan? It's beautiful, thank you. I'd now like to welcome to the stage Her Excellency the Honourable Barbara Baker, Governor of Tasmania, to share a few words with us all. Please make her welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Rick, for your welcome, and thank you also, Rodney, for your welcome. I begin by paying my respects to the traditional and original owners of this land, the Palawa people. I acknowledge the contemporary Tasmanian Aboriginal community and recognise their enduring culture and continued connection to land, sea and waters. I'm delighted to again be part of our Tasmanian Australian of the Year Awards. These awards are among the most prestigious in the country. I say this because the recognition factor of these awards is high across our community. They are valuable in recognising significant effort and commitment by individuals across a broad range of areas. You will have appreciated that value in the description of our 16 Tasmanian nominees. Dedication is the other significant quality shared by our nominees. Recognition by the selection panels requires that the selected nominees have an impressive, detailed and intimate understanding of their work and their chosen subject area, and also how they selflessly benefit others. Our nominees are recognised for their unwavering dedication and for their willingness to share with others. So I thank you all on behalf of all Tasmanians. Across our country, as we've heard, in each state and territory, 127 Australians are nominees in the 4 categories. So in our state, we are part of a large and dynamic nationwide celebration that ranges across age, genders and areas of endeavour. Each of our nominees is thoroughly engaged with our community, whether in a formal discipline or for social improvement or a significant cultural activity. Our Australian of the Year Awards also invite us to go beyond celebration by reflecting on our history, its highs and lows, and by respecting the stories of others. Essentially, the purpose of the awards is to recognise individuals striving for and committed to the common good in our diverse society. So may I conclude by again recognising and congratulating each of our 16 nominees. Each of you unquestionably deserves your nomination. Through your individual and collective efforts, our state of Tasmania is the ultimate winner tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now, I'm pleased once again that this year we received thousands of nominations from the public, nominating someone who inspires them. And after a very difficult shortlisting process, the 17 incredible nominees here tonight were selected by a diverse panel of representatives from right across our state. Our nominees range from volunteers to professionals to local community members and fearless advocates. They each have their own pathways and motivations, and all I can say is get ready to be inspired as we hear their stories tonight. One recipient will be announced in each of 4 categories: Australia's Local Hero, Young Australian of the Year, Senior Australian of the Year, and the Australian of the Year. These 4 recipients then join the other state and territory recipients at the National Awards on the eve of Australia Day, with the Prime Minister revealing the national recipients live on ABC TV. It goes without saying that our nominees are already legends in Australia's eyes, and we thank you for your contribution to this country. Let's give them a round of applause. I would now like to welcome the Honourable Jeremy Rockliff, Premier of Tasmania, to the stage to share some words with you here tonight. Please make him warmly welcome.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Rick. It's a wonderful pleasure for me to be here today and celebrate with you all. Thank you, Your Excellency, for being here, and also your wonderful words as well. The National Australia Day Council Chair, John Foreman, and CEO Mark Fraser, thank you for being in our wonderful island. We very much appreciate that. Mayors and distinguished guests all, and most importantly, Tasmanian Award nominees and former Tasmanian Australian of the Year recipients. We celebrate you all. Can I also thank Uncle Rodney Dillon for once again not only a very beautiful, as Rick described, welcome to country, but also meaningful and, as always, most importantly, genuine. And Rodney's words are always a gift to us all. As I look around the room at all the finalists tonight, some I've already met, which is fantastic, including those former Tasmanian of the Year recipients. I know that our state has been very blessed for the work that you have done over many, many years, and we continue, as a result of your good work, to be in very good hands. Being nominated for an Australian of the Year award is indeed a tremendous honour, and you and all your families and friends and loved ones should be enormously proud of that. But it's more than that. It's a chance for us, our community, to recognise our leaders and also our outstanding citizens. It's an opportunity, of course, for all of us to be inspired by your achievements as role models for every single Tasmanian, young and old. And tonight, it's about our pride in you and your accomplishments, which help us all absolutely strive, work hard with our endeavours for a better Tasmania. As Premier, I often talk about the strength of believing in our state, believing in our future, and believing in our people, most importantly. Belief can be as simple as a young child reading their first book, or as big as the amazing work of our finalists that you will hear about tonight. I have, and I know you all have, enormous faith in Tasmania and Tasmanians, and tonight we are seeing our finest. And in my book, we are all deserving of this prestigious recognition. My warm congratulations to all nominees across all categories, and on behalf of all Tasmanians, I thank you for the positive influence and the massive impact you are making on the lives of others and to the well-being of Tasmanians and Tasmania. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Premier. Our first 2024 Australian of the Year award for Tasmania is the category of Local Hero. This recognises Australians making a significant contribution in their community. We'll learn from a video a bit more about this category, which is supported by the Department of Home Affairs.
Our local heroes are everyday Australians doing amazing things in their local communities. They represent what's great about communities. They keep their communities strong, and they are the fabric of our society.
They'll tell you when we open our doors to our neighbours, we open our hearts, and we give ourselves the chance to rejoice with others, to learn from them.
Rural people are worth fighting for because they get up and they show up in fire and flood and droughts and plagues and pandemics, and they put food on the nation's table. So the least we can do as a nation is make sure that they're getting support when they look for it.
Australia's Local Hero Award is a celebration and acknowledgement of those who go above and beyond to help others and who actively seek ways to improve society. Not only have you been an active citizen in your local community, you identified a community need, and instead of sitting back, you took action to promote change and help others. People are the heart of our thriving multicultural Australia, and as a finalist in a Local Hero Award, you have had a life-altering impact and have influenced meaningful change in your local communities. We thank you for making Australia a better, kinder place. Congratulations.
The award not only acknowledges work done so far, but gives encouragement to continue, and that's important.
To our Aussie kids doing it tough, hang on, don't give up, help's on the way.
It's not easy to just sit around and talk about the problems. I urge everyone, be kind and respectful. You too can be part of the change of the solution.
Some really amazing people there, and as we get now into the award and the winning and the names of people, it is really fun after this formal tone to just go all out for the people you're here to support. Cheering is welcome, wooing is fine, wooing as in woo, not like the wooing, and just go for it because it's just heaps more fun. That's great. Our 2023 Local Hero recipient, Keith Parker, brilliant, I love it, it's working already, is unable to be with us, but he sent this video message for us tonight.
Hello, my name is Keith Parker. I'm the current Tasmanian Local Hero for 2023 as a result of my volunteering with Ambulance Tasmania. Unfortunately, I can't be with you today because I'm in Norfolk Island, but well done for everyone who has been nominated in your various categories to have arrived at this point. You're all going to feel a bit nervous and a little bit anxious, but you've all done so much just to get here. You should feel proud of what you've done. Of all the people here today, though, 4 will go forward in the 4 categories to the National Awards Ceremony in Canberra on Australia Day. It'll be an amazing experience. You're going to meet the Governor-General, the Prime Minister, senior members of government, senior members of the community, and be assured every single one of them wants to hear your story. You've got to that position because of your efforts and your hard work and your passion. Let them know. It is really important that they become aware of who you are, what you've done, and what you want to achieve. But the event itself is just going to be amazing. You're going to be superbly looked after by the staff. You'll get to see some places in Canberra that you'll probably never see again, and you're going to meet marvellous people. All of those people who have got here today, well done. For those people who get the national awards, congratulations, it's going to be a heck of a ride. But all of you, every single one, you're already heroes just by what you've done and getting here today. I wish you well. It's a shame I'm not with you, but I'm sure it's going to be a great day. And for those 4 that go forward, I look forward to seeing you in the media. Enjoy it. It'll be a life-changing experience, and it'll be one I think you'll remember the rest of your life. Have fun.
Thank you, Keith. Let's give a round of applause. He can hear on Norfolk Island. He clearly didn't win for filing. It's not important. He's focused on the main job. There we go. Brilliant stuff. I'd like to now invite the Honourable Jeremy Rockcliffe to the stage to help present the Local Hero Award. Please make him welcome again. The nominees for the 2024 Tasmanian Local Hero are
a teacher, volunteer and advocate for refugees and child safety, Robin Flittner has profoundly influenced thousands of lives. Her volunteer work with refugees and asylum seekers in northern Tasmania is remarkable. She connects new arrivals with the local community and also finds them work opportunities. Warm and empathetic, Robin never gives up, and her community is the better for it. Claire Harris's vision of no child going without is making a real difference in her community and beyond. She started Tassie Mums at her kitchen table in Hobart in 2018 as a way to help families with essentials. The charity now works with 70 social services organisations across Tasmania and supplies clothing and baby gear to more than 1,800 children each year. Natalie Potter and Emily Versluis started the Albert Street Gang, their free women's surfing group, to give back to the community. Now women of all ages are coming to the Sunday session at Turners Beach from all over the region: Burnie, Devonport, Wilmot, Port Sorell and Deloraine. They say it's about enjoying the playground of the ocean and having fun. Michelle Williamson has made Farm It Forward on Tasmania's northwest coast the glue that binds a community. Kind, caring and incredibly busy, she's supercharging the idea of community gardens by adding craft and cooking workshops everyone can come to. Her efforts have worked wonders in increasing community well-being, reducing social isolation and helping people acquire new skills.
An amazing group of people. They'll now come up on stage to receive a certificate coming up these stairs here, having a photo right in the middle with the Premier there, right bang in the middle in front of the blue screen, and then leaving via those stairs. If we get it right this time, it just flows all night. It's so good. Amazing. So please make wildly welcome to the stage Robin Flittner. Excellent. Claire Harris. Natalie Potter and Emily Verslois. Oh, the Premier's been outflanked. And online, by the power of Zoom, Michelle Williamson. Let's give them all a round of applause. And Premier, please tell us who is our 2024 Tasmanian local hero.
I will, Rick. Thank you very much. The 2024 local hero for Tasmania is Claire Harris. Congratulations, Claire.
Come on back up, Claire. Oh. Come up to the mic, Claire. Thank you, Premier. Claire, come back. She's overwhelmed.
That's not
brilliant.
Helping the flow.
This is the tricky bit where I talk to you, but you talk to them. It's really hard. What does it mean to you that someone nominated you for this award?
I'm incredibly grateful and very thankful for the support. And it's been a lot of hard work, so I'm very thankful.
Yeah. We can definitely hear the hard work in your voice, Claire.
Yes.
What was the seed before you knew what it was going to be? What was the impulse?
I had volunteered with the wonderful St Kilda Mums before I flew into Tasmania. And I thought I would just join the local group here, and it didn't exist. So after talking with teachers and lovely new mum friends, I started what has become something absolutely incredible today, I think, and so well supported by the community. So very thankful to every Tasmanian out there and that has given anything to Tassie Mums, their time, their goods, their open packet of nappies. We love it all, so thank you.
That community support must be so meaningful to you. What are some moments of outcome that make it worth it?
I think the community that's built up around it. It surprises me every day, every day. I have a lifelong friend, Madeline, that has been in this journey with me from the beginning. My family support has been amazing, and every volunteer that comes in and spends time with us, I'm blown away by the community support.
Claire, finally, as a community, as a country, how do we need to support motherhood differently?
I think from this journey, I've seen the impact of the saying, it takes a village, and I would really love that village to keep supporting Tasmanian children. I don't want us to have any child in poverty, and I think as a community we can really make an impact there.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Claire Harris, ladies and gentlemen. Now to the Young Australian of the Year category, supported by the Australian Government Office for Youth. The office was introduced in 1979 and recognises, the award, was introduced in 1979 and recognises inspiring young Australians aged 16 to 30 years who have already accomplished great things. Let's hear some more about this category from some past recipients.
When you look at the Young Australians of the Year, we're all reminded that our future is in really good hands.
I truly view this award not just as for me, but rather as an endorsement of the achievements of Australian women's football national team, and more broadly, Australian women's football and women's sport in general.
We have the power to shape the future and make Australia a place where we're all proud, where we all belong, and where we stand united.
It's so great to congratulate our outstanding 2024 State and Territory Young Australians of the Year finalists. Now, you've been nominated because you're trailblazers, opening up new opportunities for you and for those around you. Your skills and your commitment prove that young people can transform Australia for the better. And the things you've already achieved give your peers, your community and the country hope for the future. You're highlighting the way forward to a fairer and stronger Australia, and that's to be celebrated. That's why our government is a proud sponsor of the Young Australian of the Year award and encourage all young Australians to be active in their communities. So congratulations to each and every one of you on your success. I wish you the best for tonight, and I look forward to seeing what we can create together for Australia's future.
The Young Australians of the Year have a really impressive energy and a drive to make Australia a better place.
I simply couldn't live with myself, knowing that there were Australians suffering from medical conditions that could be treated.
I've been given an opportunity in such a beautiful country to be myself, and for me the most important thing is to help the next generation and also inspire them to be themselves and follow their dreams.
So reassuring to know these Australians are the future of this nation. Sam Kerr turned out all right, I think, so hopes can be very high for our incredible cohort of nominees tonight. We have our 2023 Tasmanian Young Australian of the Year, Miriam Dewey, here with us tonight. Please come and join me on stage to tell me about the year you've had. Please make her welcome. Keep clapping.
Hello everyone. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, past, present and emerging, and the country that we live in which we learn, grow, and I think, really important to acknowledge and respect that. The past year has been a whirlwind. Being the 2023 Young Tasmanian of the Year has taught me so much, and just the journey that I've been through and the inspiring stories that I've learnt from my experience has been life-changing, to say the least. And to be able to use my platform as the Tasmanian Young Achiever of the Year to help my community and to speak up about things that I care about has been life-changing, as I said. I'm really, really excited to witness and to celebrate tonight's recipients, as well as all the nominees. You are all winners. I wish you all the best on your journey, and one piece of advice is to really foster the opportunity that this experience will give you. As I said, it's life-changing, and you will meet some amazing and beautiful people, and you will definitely treasure these moments for the rest of your life. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marion. I'd like to invite Her Excellency on stage to present the award for Young Tasmanian Australian of the Year. Our nominees for the award are
When surfer Dr. Brooke Mason won the West Coast Classic in 2017 and spoke out about women getting no prize money, she kick-started a trend for equal pay in the sport. But surfing also brought tragedy. She saw her friend fatally attacked by a shark in 2015. Now a doctor, Brooke uses her experience of post-traumatic stress disorder to promote better mental health. Gidja woman and performing artist Nayara has toured in the musicals The Sunshine Club and The Sapphires and played the supporting lead of Shirelle in Deadlock. She wants children to see an entertainment industry full of diversity and uses her Instagram and TikTok to spark important conversations about First Nations representation. In 2024, she'll be studying musical theatre at the Royal Academy of Music in London. As a marine scientist, Joanna Smart strives to limit the impact of aquaculture and wastewater on Tasmania's environment. As a storyteller, she uses her astonishing images to show people the majesty and fragility of the underwater world. She's won a prestigious Rolex Scholarship for Underwater Studies and many photography prizes, including the 2020 United Nations World Oceans Day photo contest. Ella Watkins brings her off-centre humour to an audience of millions through online platforms, TikTok and YouTube. The Tasmanian writer and filmmaker uses her platform for good, celebrating LGBTIQ+ and autism awareness with joy and irreverence. Ella is an artist for the modern digital age. With more than 2.8 million TikTok followers, she's one of Australia's most watched creatives.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to invite Your Excellency now to present each nominee with their certificate of this extraordinary group of people. Please welcome to the stage Ella Watkins. That's the experience showing there. On behalf of Nayara Shea Barnes, who's joining us online, Leela Landowski. On behalf of Dr. Brooke Mason, her fiancé Kyle. Good job. And watching online, Joanna Smart, her mum, I think, is accepting it on her behalf. Please make her welcome. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Nara. That's Annette, by the way. Round of applause for Annette. And here they are online. How amazing. Your Excellency, please tell us who is our 2024 Tasmanian Young Australian of the Year?
The 2024 Young Australian of the Year for Tasmania is Nayara Barnes.
So Nayara's like actually with us via video. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello, good morning. Oh, it's my good morning, but it's your good night. Hello.
Nara, congratulations. When you found out you were nominated, what was your response?
I didn't believe it. I thought it was spam, if I was honest with you.
In terms of what you're experiencing in London now, can you tell us some of your highlights?
Look, it's an absolute honour right now to be, I'm pretty sure to the best of my knowledge, the first Aboriginal person at the Royal Academy of Music. It's honestly huge to travel 17,000 kilometres away from where I am, from home, and to be able to study supported by an incredible Aboriginal scholarship in Australia. But it's honestly, it's life-changing to do what I love full-time.
You've been touring Australia as a performer. What messages do you hear back from audience members about seeing you on stage?
Look, my main message in what I do is you can't be what you can't see. And I think when I grew up amazed by Jessica Mauboy because I had one person to look up to who I saw singing and auditioning out back in the desert. We all remember that iconic Australian Idol audition. I just want young BIPOC, young, cold, which is Black, Indigenous people of colour and culturally and linguistically diverse people to see themselves on stage and to see us on the screen, and for the entertainment industry, our arts industry, to look like our streets. And I think that's the main thing that I love about what I do. And First Nation stories, we have so many of them around our country, and I've been so lucky to be a part of 2 of them so far, and I can't wait for the hundreds that are yet to come within my lifetime and to come.
You get to do some serious swanning around London going, do you know who I am? I'm Tasmanian Australian of the Year. By the way, you're studying now. What's your vision for where you want to go next?
Look, if I could work in musical theatre, I had a realisation about a month ago that musical theatre is what I want to do for the next 5 years. I had it pretty late into my life, which is wild at the age of 25, but this is what I want to do. I want to perform and I want to sing and I want to create. And most importantly, when I come back to home, I want to take it out to rural communities. I want to take it out to the Northern Territory. I want to take it back home to the Kimberleys, WA, where I'm from. And, you know, I want a bit of London town in the smallest communities of Australia. And, you know, I really believe in Australia's musical theatre and arts industry.
Is there anyone that you'd like to say a thank you or a hi to or a shout out?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to my mum and dad just for always believing in me from a young age. They didn't really understand what arts was at a young age and why does Nara want to sing? And I just wanted to say thank you to my parents and my community, and my world is so broad, and I'm just really grateful for everyone who has a say in the arts. And audiences, we are nothing without you coming and buying tickets and supporting shows and supporting the arts. And thank you also to government who give us money. We need you to survive. So thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. The arts is inevitable to our future.
Please stay with us online as Leela Landowski comes to accept your award on your behalf so you can watch it all. So amazing. Nara Barnes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Your Excellency, thank you very much, Nara. Thanks so much, and good morning. Congratulations. Amazing human. This is now the Senior Australian of the Year Award category. The Department of Health and Aged Care is the category partner for this award, celebrating Australians 65 years and over, I'll be there soon, who continue to achieve and make a difference. Let's hear some more about the Senior Australian of the Year category.
The Senior Australian of the Year award is an award that really carries a lot of respect because it's a reflection of many decades of work by the recipient.
Reading is probably the most powerful thing that you can give to a child, reading and stories.
I pray that all people in our wonderful country, Australia, regardless of language, culture, skin colour or religious belief, may stand tall as proud Australians.
The Senior Australian of the Year Award recognises and celebrates the incredible achievements of older Australians around the country. As the Minister for Aged Care, I want to congratulate all of you on being nominated. Ageing well means staying healthy and connecting with community. Improving the lives of others shows your continued passion and commitment to living well. I wish you all the best in the finals, but importantly, I want to acknowledge that every one of you should be proud of your continued achievements. You are an inspiration to all of us, and your legacies will benefit the nation for generations to come.
The Senior Australians of the Year are inspirational not only to other senior Australians, but to all Australians, and particularly to the younger generations coming through.
Bystander first aid is proven to prevent death in those vital minutes before an ambulance arrives.
Here in Australia, we are fortunate to be the home of the oldest continuing surviving cultures in the world. This is something we should be proud of and we should celebrate.
Our 2023 Senior Australian of the Year, Dr. Fran Donaldson, is here with us tonight. Would you please join us on stage? Please make her welcome. I got outdone on the jacket and it still burns. It burns. Brilliant. Dr. Fran, how has your year been?
Your Excellency, Mr. Premier, ladies and gentlemen, 2023 has been a wonderful year for me. I've continued to work 3 to 4 days a week as part of the COVID at Home Plus team. I've been involved in some public speaking, conveying as much as I could for the need for older Australians to be telehealth savvy, as medicine is progressing rapidly into this type of service delivery. Many people I deal with in the COVID at Home Plus program do not even have a smartphone, or they do not know how to use it properly. Since June 2022, out of a total of 21,980 admissions to our program, 722,000 of those admissions have been people who are greater than 70 years old, and many of those are at increased risk because they are not tech savvy. There were 2 highlights of my year. The first one was for the 4-day trip to Canberra for the Australia Day celebrations. What a beautiful city, and we as Australians can be very proud of our capital. The second one was more fun when John, Keith and I, my fellow Tasmanian Australians of the Year last year, visited Tasmanian schools, and we met so many enthusiastic children and teachers. John spoke about his life as a refugee and how he had to cope with racist attitudes. Keith spoke about his life in the army and being a volunteer paramedic and the kids loved him because he spoke about blowing up buildings. I encouraged the children to get a good education, eat healthy food, play sport, and have adequate sleep, which really intrigued them, and report any behaviours that caused them distress and hurt. There are 3 people in particular that I'd like to thank. First was Emily Broadbent, from the Australia Day Council, who gave me lots of support and help. And the other 2 were our local girls from the Department Premier Cabinet, Jordan and Brielle. I'm retiring. I'm retiring in early December after working for 64 years, and this year this year has been a very fitting end to my career. I also congratulate the 4 nominees for this position, and especially to the person who is nominated for the 2024 Senior Tasmanian Australian of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And that applause for the retirement was like half, we're really happy for you, and half, that sounds nice. We'd love to do that. Don't you think? Just a little bit. And you're going to stay with us, I think. Here we go, because you're going to present the certificates. So we might pop your speech down. We'll grab the folder. Brilliant. Dr. Fran Donaldson with us. Our nominees for the 2024 Tasmanian Senior Australian of the Year Award are...
Reverend James Colville, AM, believes people in need have more to contribute when they receive non-judgmental assistance, acceptance and respect. He established Colony 47 in Hobart in 1973. 50 years on, Colony 47 has helped thousands of Tasmanian households with rental assistance, bond education and employment opportunities, along with early intervention for young people at risk. A highly respected elder of Tasmania's Palawa Nation, Rodney Dillon, has dedicated his life to rights for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. His contribution has been significant. He has focused on building economic and cultural security for First Nations peoples. And in 2022, he gained sea rights for First Nations Tasmanians to harvest a commercial quota of abalone. Ros Escott, AM, has made outstanding contributions to breastfeeding education, convict women's history and family history research. What connects these areas is Ros's dedication to women and their children. Ros has been a volunteer breastfeeding counsellor and educator since 1987. Also a keen historian, she established the Tasmanian Family History Society's DNA interest group to help individuals identify previously unknown family members. Sajini Suma has championed the cause of migrant women in Hobart for decades, giving a voice to groups that are often silenced. The former nurse helped new arrivals develop networks and worked to promote cross-cultural understanding. In 2005, she co-founded the Multicultural Women's Council of Tasmania to organise events specifically for women, and she's still lobbying politicians for positive change.
Wow, that immediate depth of respect in the room is so incredibly powerful. Let's give our nominees another round of applause. Thank you so much. Premier, please join us on stage to present this award. So Dr. Fran will read it out. The Premier will present the block. Is how it will roll. And Dr. Fran, will you tell us, please, who is our 2024... Oh, no, certificates first. Pardon me. Woo! Crikey, Dick. Sit tight, Premier. You can do the certificates as well. Brilliant. Please welcome to the stage and congratulate Reverend Jim Colville. Uncle Rodney Dillon. Roz Escott. And Sajini Suma. And let's continue that as a round of applause for all of our nominees in this category. All right, brilliant. Premier is now with us to present this award because I'm so far ahead of myself. Amazing. And now it is time, Dr. Fran, to please tell us who is our 2024 Tasmanian Senior Australian of the Year.
The 2024 Senior Australian of the Year for Tasmania is Reverend James Colville.
He nearly sat down. Far out. It's going to be a long clap, ladies and gentlemen. Don't rush. You take your time. They have the love for you. He can do what he likes. Really, yeah. We'll come back for a photo in a minute, Jim, with the Premier, but you go for it, you talk. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How incredible. I'm so curious, you know, I'm an immigrant to Tasmania, Australian citizen now. I came here and people said, yeah, Colony 47, and everybody knew what it was. Now 50 years, should it have been Colony 50? What was your inspiration?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here tonight. No. When I was at school, I don't know why they thought I was overweight. And I was treated really badly and told I'd never achieve anything in my life. And I think that makes you become very bitter, or you go the other way and you say, I don't want other people to suffer like that. And that's why I wanted to do everything I could to help people not to suffer what I did.
What changes have you seen in people's lives that have made you feel like, yep, I'm making it happen?
I've always tried very much to see in a lot of the young people and others that we were working with who had been rejected by community, to see that they had great potential. And if you tapped into that potential, then they could achieve so much. And there were so many people suffering, young women who got pregnant out of wedlock and were rejected by everybody and often had to have an abortion or died from that. People who were gay were treated terribly. And in 1975, I took a ceremony for 2 gay Christian women, and that brought the wrath of God onto me. And then last year, in December, I had the honour, through the Uniting Church, we were allowed, if we wanted to take the wedding of my granddaughter, who's gay, to her lovely Emily. And so...
Jim, the cost of living is some of the most confronting it's ever been in Tasmania. The need is some of the most it's ever been in Tasmania. You've got the Premier right on stage with you here. How can we make Tasmania kinder and fairer?
I just think that we've got in Tasmania some of the most beautiful and wonderful people, and together, politicians, people in the community, people with great skills, the younger ones, older, all working together in Colony. We've got the most beautiful staff. And we've also got hundreds of volunteers. And sometimes out of just simple little things, we used to try when we could to have an extra person stay with us and have Christmas dinner with us. And now on Christmas Day, Colony 47 will be providing meals for over 500 people. I'm the least important of all. I only started it. These are the people that over 50 years have just continued to do such beautiful things in this beautiful place in Tasmania.
Congratulations. Finally, all of those people you've acknowledged, who for you personally, having felt that rejection and experienced that, and you must feel that fear and rejection at other times in lives, what keeps you going? Who inspires you? Who would you like to thank?
My family, who put up with so much. When they got to a certain age, I said, you don't have to go to church again. They never went again. And when I started at Colony, there was no money and it was potluck, and I tried prayer. That didn't work very well either. But over the years, we've received help from a whole range of different areas and still do today, including through government, who have been very supportive. And I think that's the way it ought to be. If you're doing something well and people are doing it well, then government's really happy to support you. All those wonderful people in the community.
Brilliant. Come and grab a photo here with the Premier. You done your walk? We did, yeah.
Oh, yes, please.
All right. There we go.
Okay. How much will it cost me?
He just does it his own way. That's the secret. Premier, thank you so much. Dr. Jim Colville, fantastic work there. Our final category this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is the 2024 Tasmanian Australian of the Year Award. The Australian of the Year Award celebrates achievements and contributions of eminent Australians who are role models for us all. And as you know, we've had some dynamic past recipients, and what's really great is they come from such different sectors and different backgrounds. It's such a privilege to witness year after year what they achieve during their time as Australian of the Year. They celebrate their causes, passions, achievements, and the lasting legacy that so many of them leave. Let's remind ourselves of some of that work.
I think we could all really aspire to be like the Australians of the Year. The Australians of the Year really help to shape our nation as we move into the future, which is why we should be so grateful for their ongoing work.
We have to have greater representation of people with a disability absolutely everywhere. In our boardrooms, in our parliaments, in our mainstream schools, on our dating apps, on our sporting fields, in our universities, absolutely everywhere.
If I can make a difference to someone else's life, if they can draw some strength by hearing what I say and knowing that I'm speaking on their behalf, it'll give me a lot of hope.
I'm going to continue to be myself, keep standing up for what I believe in, and hopefully by doing this, other people will follow.
When you look back at the amazing list of Australians of the Year over the last 60 plus years, it's an extraordinary group of people. Musicians, athletes, scientists, Aboriginal leaders, advocates, environmentalists, rescuers. It's an amazing list of incredible Australians.
There's a temptation to take the easy route. I think that life will be better if we mould it to make it as comfortable as possible.
Time is short, get amongst it and take your kids with you.
What if instead of spending their precious time and energy at war with their bodies, our young people were free to become the leaders, big thinkers and game changers the world needs more of right now? It's not our bodies that need to change, it's our perspective.
We're so lucky to have our 2023 Australian of the Year, John Kamara, with us here tonight. John, please come and join us on stage. I feel like I've talked to you every day this week. Brilliant. Before you pass on the baton and the tiara, John, please tell us about your time as 2023 Australian of the Year.
It's been busy, actually. Very, very, very busy. It has been a rewarding year. It's been a life-changing year. It's been so much opportunities. I couldn't be proud for the achievement of the community and the conversations that I have started all over Tasmania and all over Australia about migrants and refugees, about the value that we bring into Australia, what we bring into the economy, and differences. Yeah, so it's been a very busy year. I've traveled all around Australia. I came this afternoon, actually. My family haven't seen me much this year, but it has been a really opportunity for the multicultural community in Tasmania. I think the conversation have begun, and I just want to say we are in a good space, Tasmania. We have incredible leaders who are listening. We have started. There are a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. I keep talking about Claire. Last year, I cried on the stage, Rick, because the emotions that come with. So there's so much, but there's lots to go as well. I think I'd like to throw a challenge, Jeremy and all the leaders who are working hard. All I want to say today, we need colour in Tasmanian Parliament. We need colour in bureaucratic areas because thank you. There's so much value that's been wasted. And not only wasted, there's so much hurt that's happening because those values are not being tapped. There's skills that's been neglected. So we can do it, and I think I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I've had. The community is so... My house, this afternoon, there are people from Launceston, they're there. My house is a hub. My lovely wife has been the one who has really, really carried me through with 4 children. I haven't been in Tasmania much, but she's been there helping. So it's been an incredible year. Yeah.
John, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Gee, there'll be a race to John's house for pre-selection. Crikey. Woohoo! I never said that. Brilliant. John Kamara, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, will you please join me on stage to present our final award of tonight? Our nominees for this year's Australian of the Year award are...
Professor Roger Bayard, AO PSM, is recognised worldwide for his contributions to forensic pathology. His research into sudden infant death syndrome has no doubt saved many babies' lives. He's also helped identify victims of disaster and violence, including after the 2002 Bali bombings and the Boxing Day tsunami in 2004. His work brings closure to grieving families, and he's ranked as one of the top scientists globally. Dr. Alice Edwards is committed to protecting human rights. As a lawyer, scholar and negotiator, she has led cases that have changed international law. Her success in having rape and sexual violence defined as persecution has enabled hundreds of thousands of victims to claim UN protection as refugees. In 2022, Alice was appointed the UN Special Rapporteur on torture. Catherine Fordyce moved to Burnie in 2011 to head the Northwest Tasmania Autism Spectrum Early Learning and Care Centre. Her leadership was life-changing for neurodivergent children and their families. Catherine advocated for high-quality support and inclusive programs for children with disabilities, from playgroups to schools. In 2021, she became CEO of Laurel House, which supports victim survivors of sexual violence. It takes a village to raise a child, but many rural mothers are being left isolated and without support when they desperately need it. In 2019, farmer Stephanie Trethewey set up Motherland, a national charity, podcast and advocacy platform to help fill the gap for rural mums. Motherland Village soon followed in 2021. It's Australia's first online rural mothers group program.
An exceptional group of people, Your Excellency, if you would do us the honour of presenting these finalists with their certificates, please. And let's acknowledge the incredible work of these individuals. Professor Roger Bayard. Dr. Alice Edwards is joining us online. Her sister will be receiving her certificate. Thank you, Louisa. Catherine Fordyce. She's in my table, so... And Stephanie Trethewey, pardon me. Stephanie Trethewey. Let's give them all a massive round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, our final award for tonight. Who will be our Tasmanian Australian of the Year for 2024?
The 2024 Australian of the Year for Tasmania is Stephanie Trethewey.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Stephanie,
you have a second chance now.
this is why she won, because she doesn't put up with that rubbish of having her name mispronounced. What's running through your head right now?
I usually can talk underwater. I think for the first time I'm a little bit speechless. I just keep thinking of all the mums, all the rural mums on farms right now like me who have struggled like I have. Rural mums are the backbone of our farming communities. They are the glue. They are entrepreneurs, they're farmers, they're stay-at-home mums, they're station cooks, they're everything. And the food that we eat tonight, 90% of farms in this country are family-owned and operated, and it's those women holding those farms together. My husband is here tonight, and really, Motherland, you have been its biggest supporter. He works so hard and has allowed me to go and help others when at times it's been hard to help our own family, because I've just been a bull at a gate, just trying to support as many rural mums across this beautiful country. So I'm just so bloody grateful, and I'm so grateful to Tasmania, which is now home.
And even I can see how proud he is of you right now.
Pardon?
I can see how proud he is of you right now here tonight. Where have you seen the biggest impact?
When I moved to the land, I didn't realise that when I married a farmer that I also married the land, and it's relentless. Farming can be relentless. We are still in the thick of it, and it's only been 4 years. It feels like 40. And motherhood is relentless. So what Motherland has done is really reduce that social isolation, because I couldn't find a platform that told the stories of women like me, of rural mums on the land. And I struggled with postnatal depression. I thought I was failing at parenthood. I thought I didn't deserve to be a mum because it was so hard. And I thought I had to be tough, and I thought I had to be resilient. And I don't think I can swear right now, but that's BS. Resilience is BS. It is about vulnerability. It's about sharing our stories, sharing and allowing farmers, our women and our men, to talk about the hard stuff. And the podcast in Motherland Village has really just closed the gap. I just couldn't believe there wasn't a program for rural mums like this. So we're just getting started. It's just the beginning. So I'm so excited for what's to come.
This award recognises what you've done already. It's not a responsibility, but it often becomes a vehicle for creating more change. It amplifies your platform. So at the end of the year, if you're heard in the way you want to be heard, how is being a rural mum different?
I started this at the kitchen table on the farm with no funding, with no support, and I still do it on the kitchen table on the farm with very little funding. I have been grinding at this so hard, and I'm so excited that platforms like this mean that people are listening, and it's a privilege. So we have so many plans to grow our scholarship fund. We're holding our first national conference right here in Tasmania in Launceston in March. There are literally hundreds of rural women coming to Tassie for this event because they are craving connection. We are seeing commodity prices have dropped. There's tough conditions on farms. Some of my friends are really struggling, and we need to fill our own cups. So I'm so excited that rural motherhood is on the mainstream map. I feel like as of tonight a little bit, so I'm just so proud.
Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I want to thank, as I said, every single rural mum who's watching. I want to thank my small but wonderful team. I want to thank my beautiful husband, and I want to thank everyone here in this room, the judging panel, everyone who's starting to listen, because I can be very noisy, and this is proof that it pays to be noisy, it pays to just scream, even if it feels overwhelming. So I'm just, so grateful for this.
Congratulations, our 2024 Tasmanian Australian of the Year. And all of our award recipients and nominees, we like to get a big photo of everybody later, so please don't rush off too quickly. Be congratulated and then come up for some more pictures at the end. What's next for our recipients? Well, they become nominees for the National Award, along with all the other state and territory recipients, with the announcement made in Canberra on the 25th of January. To all 17 nominees tonight, remember that someone in your community thought you were amazing, and everyone here certainly did as well, and it has not been unnoticed. Congratulations. To everyone here and watching and listening online, you can get involved and nominate someone who inspires you at australianoftheyear.org and follow the nominate button. I've nominated people in the past. It takes no time at all and can have such an impact. We'd like to also acknowledge the partners who make tonight possible. We've heard from our category partners, Departments of Health and Aged Care, Home Affairs, and the Australian Government Office for Youth. Thanks to all of them. And our broadcast partner, the ABC. Thank you. Thank you to our media partner, Australian Community Media. They reach rural, regional and remote audiences around the country. Our accommodation partner, Crown Plaza Canberra, and cultural partner, the Australian National University, who produce the trophies. Thanks also to exhibition partner, the National Museum of Australia, and our legal partner, Minter Ellison. Congratulations again to everybody involved. That brings us to the end of the formal proceedings tonight. So don't forget finalists and recipients to come and get photos here as we conclude. Dessert served out here with the band who are back, Jess and Sean and Jess. Tune into the national announcement live on the ABC on the eve of Australia Day. Just like tonight, it's a beautiful and inspirational event. So do stay with us, please. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And why don't we just one more time congratulate all of our nominees for Tasmanian Australian of the Year. I'm Rick Goddard. Thank you so much. Good evening.